I believe we are a go. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Impact Play, impacting more than just gaming. We are your weekly source for the latest news, updates, discussions, and the time to have debates that will revolve in and around the video games industry. You can be a part of the live show experience over at twitch.tv/ImpactPlay and clicking on that notification bell so you will be notified when we do go live, or later on YouTube or even on your favorite platform. Just simply type in the Impact Play. Moving forward, we are diversifying the show and putting the spotlight on video game developers, content creators, and even those who are making an impact in the gaming space. If you know someone you believe would be a perfect fit to make a guest appearance on the show, reach out to us on social or even by sending us an email to contact@theimpactplay.com. I'm your host Mohammed, otherwise known as It's Yaku, and this is episode 69. On the agenda, let's see what we have. There's even more confusion revolving around the PlayStation 5. Gamefly is being sold. And PS5 accessories are starting to ship early. Before we get into the gaming news segment, we always discuss what we have been playing, what we have been enjoying, what are we looking forward to, and so on. So, if you aren't aware, this is the last weekend to play the Black Ops Cold War open beta, which is open to everyone, regardless if you pre-ordered the game or not. So you can simply play on whichever platform you like, whether it be PC, Xbox, or even the PlayStation 4. You can play it now. You can only play multiplayer as of this moment. I literally played last night, and I had a blast. So if you guys want to check it out, if you guys haven't tried it out, be sure to do so. It's definitely an experience if you're into the shooter genre. And my first ever playthrough of Horizon Zero Dawn continues on the Impact Play's Twitch channel. So be sure to hit the follow bell and hit notifications so you'll be notified when we do go live with our gameplay. And on top of that, let's see. I've been playing mainly on PlayStation 4. Just playing Fortnite because of the new Battle Pass season is all Marvel related and Marvel themed, because I'm a huge fan of Marvel. So that's why I'm like focusing on leveling up the Battle Pass to level 100 until I reach the Iron Man segment. And Iron Man is my favorite hero. I grew up with him, with the comics and so on. And let's see. I'm getting back into Destiny, and hopefully I'm getting back into COD Mobile as well. So I'm gonna intertwine between the two on my live streams over at twitch.tv/itsyagu ITSYAGOOH. So I guess before we go into the gaming news segment, there's something I wanted to discuss. Okay, we're going to get a first ever look of Spiderman 3 summer coming before the new year at Expo. What's it called? Expo Sign 2020. Sony Pictures has allegedly said that we will get a first look at Spider-Man Far From Home sequel in December of 2020, as reported by Murphy's Multiverse. Camilo Pacheco, the executive marketing director of Sony Pictures Entertainment in Brazil, told attendees that the film had already started production and that we would get our first look ever at the film this December. So I'm definitely looking forward to all these MCU movies that are coming. And also in regards to the open beta, it has been extended. It's supposed to end tomorrow, as of this recording of the podcast, but it's going to end Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific. So that would be for everyone listening in and around Atlanta, or in the Eastern time zone. It's 11:12, so about 1 p.m. Eastern. So be sure to hop on that, because this is your last chance if you haven't already played the beta. Alright, let's see. Do we have anything else to talk about? before we move on to the news. Oh yeah, Fast and Furious 9. Michelle Rodriguez and Ludacris are teasing the franchise could go to space. So that is something new because I believe what's that other movie called? Mission Impossible that they're gonna be sending Tom Cruise to space for the latest movie that's coming out, and Fast and Furious the same thing. So ideas, so the industry is still being innovative and creative, which is such a great thing. I think that's it. So it looks like we're gonna move on to the gaming news segment. Yeah, we're gonna move on to the gaming news segment side of things. GamesFly is being sold to distributor Alliance Entertainment. U.S. gaming rental GameFly has been acquired. GameFly's new parent company is Alliance Entertainment, which bills itself as the largest wholesale distributor of music and movies in the U.S. And this is coming from the folks over at GamesIndustry.biz. Alliance co-owner and CEO Jeff Walker will hold those same roles at GameFly going forward. Even though Alliance has said the rental service will continue operating independently, we're intensely focused on listening to what our customers are telling us and not finding ways to give them what they're asking for, Walker said. Alliance is the largest distributor of physical media in the US, and we're using our expertise with GameFly's nearly 20 years of experience in subscription game rentals to imagine new offerings that previously were not doable. GameFly will make some unspecified changes to its subscriptions in the coming months, but Alliance has already said it plans to expand both the catalogs of games GameFly offers can rent, as well as adding new games, accessories, hardware, collectibles, and movies for sale through GameFly. Alright, so it's such an interesting because I haven't heard from GameFly in a couple of years now. GameFly was the blockbuster of gaming. Easily order games to whichever console you had back then, even though it's still in business today. But I've never actually gone ahead and tried it. The only thing that I've tried was actually a Blockbuster to go out and renting games, not just movies but games as well. But that's the farthest I've done with gaming rentals. So, Blizzard is no longer developing new content for StarCraft 2. Another article from GamesIndustry.biz. They're on a roll. An update that to the game's official website clarified that the team would and wouldn't update going forward, with executive producer Robert Denbecker noting that the original StarCraft was receiving new patches more than 10 years after the launch. We're going to continue supporting StarCraft 2 in the same manner as we have with our previous long-standing games. Focusing previously on what our core and competitive communities care about most, he wrote. Which this means is we're not going to be producing additional for-purchase content, such as Commanders and War Chest, but we will continue doing seasonal roles and necessary balance fixes going forward. So we'll go on to the nitty-gritty. Sony... okay, here we go. This is coming from GameSpot. Following the controversy surrounding the PlayStation 5 voice chat functionality, and Sony having to clarify that it would not be recording your voice through the console, the company has offered an apology and a better explanation of how chat is going to work on the system. Before I get to this article, I want to say that Sony is doing such a horrible job explaining themselves, being transparent, but Microsoft, because I guess they were second place last generation, which is kudos on them. Because since then, they've been being transparent from day one. They've been innovating and creating even more experience, even better experience to what PlayStation is doing now at this very moment. Because Sony has always had to clarify and always had to further explain themselves after each post or even big update to their platform in preparation for next generation. What I'm thinking is, because they were the leader last generation, that why should we go ahead and innovate now, because we won already. So that's why it looks like they're taking that laid back experience, because they think that they don't have to innovate to keep that number one spot, but they have to innovate to stay on the number one spot. But it looks like they aren't. It looks like they're falling behind Microsoft. They're being second place now, because no clarification, and on top of that, we have to find out from other sources besides Sony to further explain what Sony actually means. And this has been since Sony announced their PlayStation 5 console. Pre-orders and what have you. It's been constantly going on. It's never ending with them. So let's go into the nitty gritty of this article. In a post on the PlayStation blog, the VP of Global Consumer Experience at Sony Interactive Entertainment, Catherine Jensen, said that the voice chat and recording function will be used for players to report harassment while playing games. The most recent 5 minutes of a voice chat will be available to players to record and sent to Sony's Consumer Experience team to make a decision. The notification players see lets them know that they may be recorded is likely, a matter of legality. In certain regions, including some parts of the US, it is illegal to record someone's voice without their consent. Please note that this feature will not actively monitor or listen in on your conversations ever, and is strictly reserved for reporting online abuse or harassment. Jensen said she added that users will not be able to opt out of this service feature in order to ensure that everyone is held accountable if they are being abusive online. So there you have it. Sony is spying. That's great, but like I said, they have to be transparent and clear from the get-go. That's all I'm asking for. I've had this PlayStation 4 for about 2 weeks now, and I've been on it non-stop. So I'm not just an like I grew up with Xbox, but at the same time I'm a gaming fan. So I have the Nintendo Switch, I have the Xbox One, I game on PC, and I also game on the PS4. So I have all consoles and all platforms. So I am a fan of everything. So when I'm bashing PlayStation, I want them to do better. I want them to innovate, and this competition at the end is better for us as consumers. We get the better products and the better deals. In the end, if only one company reigns supreme, they will see no reason to innovate or create new products or experiences. So more competition, more players in the space, Amazon and Google, means more room for competition, more room for improvement. All right. We talked about that. Oh, here's a nice little titty gritty. If you've beaten the Spiderman game on the PlayStation 4, you'll have a chance to be entered to Miles Morales Lego minifigure, mega figurine. Marvel and Lego have teamed up for Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales Sweepstakes. Anyone who beats Marvel's Spider-Man on PlayStation 4 has a chance to enter to win a limited edition Lego Miles Morales figurine. The sweepstakes runs until November 5th, with interested participants having until October 29th to enter. It's open to legal residents of the 50 United States, aged 13 and older. All you need to do is beat PlayStation 4 and earn the end game trophy, which is done by completing Act 3 of the game. Once you do that, head over to the PlayStation website and enter there. Simply enter your PlayStation username and password, log in, and just enter. Alright. Bethesda 2 PC cheat service has been shut down by Bungie. This is coming from Games Radar. A cheat service with a cease and desist demand from Destiny 2 developer Bungie says that it will not comment on the justification of the claims and has decided to comply with this demand regardless. Perfect Aim's Destiny 2 bundle, which is listed as being undetected by Bungie and included an aimbot, wall hack, teleport, and other cheats, enabled players on PC to see through walls, remove impediments like weapon recoil for a monthly fee. However, now a year to the day since it launched, PC players that usually use the system to cheat will find the service is now no longer available. It's such a great thing. The cheaters and even websites that even promote this are being shut down. All right. Assassin's Creed Valhalla has finally gone gold. And I believe there's another game that has gone gold as well. Let me take a look. Which means that the game is going... There's a lot of games coming out next month. And I'll give you guys a nitty gritty. That's like my favorite word now. I said that at least 3 times. That's funny. Where are you? Treyarch, we talked about that. Oh no. Yeah, we talked about that. Oh yeah, we have Watch Dogs coming on. Watch Dogs Legions coming on the 29th of this month of October. We have the Xbox Series X and S release on November 10th. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Beyond 2, Destiny 2 Beyond Light DLC. On that same day, PlayStation 5, all digital and physical, are being released on the 12th, as well as Spiderman Miles Morales, Demon Souls, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War on the 13th, Cyberpunk 2077 on the 19th, and Hyrule Warriors on the 20th, which is just a minimum. So there are even more things being released, but these are, I should say, the main focus, more or less. Okay, PlayStation 5 accessories are starting to ship early. That for the October 30th, according to the PlayStation website, the DualSense controller, HD camera, media remote, DualSense charging station, and Pulse 3D wireless headset will release on the 30th of October, and it's 2 weeks before the PlayStation 5 launches on November 12th. So that's a good thing. It is, but it's not like something new. But accessories are known to ship earlier than the actual console launch. Speaking of accessories, Microsoft extends Xbox Elite Controller Series 2 warranty as the class action looms. It has extended the warranty to a full year amid hardware issues impacting a small percentage of users. Like I said, I haven't experienced this at all. And this is a day one Xbox One wireless controller. And I've had no issues with it whatsoever. But yeah. And then, what else do we have here? Oh yeah, Burger King. As suspected, they teased it earlier with I guess, a sound that was teased to be the PlayStation 5 boot up sound, which has now been clarified. Burger King and Sony are teaming up for a PlayStation 5 promotion in the US. The fast food giant is giving away 1,000 PS5 consoles, as well as copies of the Demon Souls remake and Sackboy: A Big Adventure, and you can win by eating a lot of burgers. To enter for a chance to win, we need to download the BK app or visit BK.com. When you spend $5 or more, you'll get a token. These can be redeemed for a shot of prizes. The campaign runs from October 15th to the 22nd of November. The top tier prize is the PS5 console, and Burger King is giving away 1,000 of them. The fine print says that the value of the console is $500 US, so this is the standard disc version. The secondary prizes include copies of PS5 launch titles, Sackboy: A Big Adventure, and Demon Souls, of which there will be 2,000 winners for each Burger King. For each. Burger King is also offering up 1,000 codes for a 3-month subscription to PlayStation Now. So come over to Burger King so you have a chance to win a console. So I know Talkable is doing the same thing with the Xbox Series X, and they even done that with a Special Edition 1X. Okay. Let's see. Well, we have a lot of things to talk about, actually. We should make it to about an hour. Let's see. Sony is reportedly scaling back the PlayStation Store on web and mobile. As we get closer to the release of Sony's next generation of consoles, the company is reportedly updating the PlayStation Store to push the PS3, PS Vita, and PSP a little further out of the limelight. According to reports by a French website, Planète Vita, the PlayStation storefront on web and mobile will get rid of a number of product categories, including the older consoles. So, and this is coming from actually a tweet from Warrior64. And it's apparently the update is going to be pushed through tomorrow on Monday for web, October 28th for mobile. And it will no longer allow users to buy PS3, PSP, Vita content, as well as apps, themes, and avatars. And you have to buy them directly from their prospective device instead. Wish lists are also being removed, which is like why? If you want to purchase a game later on, there should be a category, i.e., wish list, to organize all the games you want to buy. This way it's easier. Just go back to that list and buy whichever games you would like. And then they'll be removed as soon as you purchase them. Like, why? But it is what it is, I guess. Let's see what else we got. What's this? Microsoft is updating a new look Xbox dashboard that is rolling out this week. The October update for Xbox is arriving, bringing with it a taste of the next generation. Microsoft has announced with a new dashboard design is rolling out to Xbox consoles as well as part of the latest update. It will also run on Xbox Series X and Series S when they launch next month. The new user interface was first shown off back in August. Microsoft said that the home screen loads 50% faster on boot and 30% faster when exiting a game, with 40% less memory required on the Series X. The layout isn't hugely different, blah blah blah. But yeah. And I believe I got that update on my PC. And the user interface for the PlayStation 5 has also been revealed. With less than a month until launch, we're thrilled to share our very first look at the PlayStation 5 console's user experience. The new UI is completely centered on the player to provide you a truly next generation experience with deeper immersion that quickly connects you to great games and a passionate gaming community. We believe your playtime is valuable and should be meaningful, and all the features we're delivering are inspired by that concept and vision. The new user interface introduces several new features designed to make your gaming experience more fun, engaging, personalized, and social. One of the highlights is the new control center, which provides immediate access to almost everything you need from the system at a single press of the PlayStation button on the DualSense wireless controller, all without ever leaving the game. We've also added our new feature called Activities, designed to bring you closer to the key element of gameplay. Activities are displayed via on-screen cards in the control center, which enables you to discover new gameplay opportunities, go back to the things you missed, jump directly into levels or challenges you want to play, and much more. Some activity can be put in picture-in-picture mode, so you can view them without having to ever to leave the game. So this sounds like what Android and what iOS is doing now. So, like for instance, YouTube or Twitch or whatever video app, or even the web browser. You can get out of the app and say if you're playing a video on the back end, it'll minimize that screen, and you can do other things on your phone, multitasking. So this looks like it's doing the same exact thing. Navigating the interface, switching between games, and hopping into online matches occurs quickly as we rebuilt the entire software stack from the console to the network to bring to you a truly next generational experience. We believe the less time you spend waiting to interact with the system, the more time you'll have to spend to play video games. We also wanted to give you an early peek at the part of the PlayStation 5 UX journey in our video walkthrough. So we hope you enjoy, and we can't wait to check back later next month. But definitely looks streamlined, which looks a lot better now. So this is on the PlayStation blog if you want to check that out. And here's I know Monster Hunter was teased that live action movie is in the works. Now it's saying that it'll arrive by the end of this year, so by December 30th, it'll arrive in theaters. We'll see how it is, if it flops or not. Because I know the biggest flop was DBZ, Dragon Ball. What was that movie? That live action movie, I forgot what it was. But it was such a horrible, like it didn't relate to the story at all. It's made its own story and expected people to be happy with it. But yeah. I think the best type of game, live action game movies or even animes are CGI, like doing animations instead of a full on live action adaptation. Okay, We talked about that. We talked about that. Talked about that. Oh yeah, Sonic has appeared in Fall Guys, and I believe you need 5 crowns to unlock him. Because I haven't played the game. Let me know if this is true. But yeah, he is. I believe that he is the first character from, I guess, a third party to come into Fall Guys. Hopefully, he's not the last. Let's see. The Analog Duo. Retro console maker Analog has made some great FPGA based consoles over the past 3 years, and it doesn't seem to be slowing down anytime soon. The company has revealed the Analog Duo. It takes on the classic NEC console, the Turbo Duo or PC Duo engine are in Japan and France. The original console lets you play both HU card and CD-ROM games, and Analog plans to release a console that does that and more. The console Duo releases in 2021 and is the company's first console with a disk drive. It is compatible with almost every NEC game format, including TurboGrafx 16 PC Engine, and SuperGrafx HU cards, as well as TurboGrafx PC Engine and Super Arcade CD-ROMs, and is going for $100. The Analog Duo output a 1080 signal and supports both monitor and retro controllers. This time, however, Analog has gone a little further. For the first time ever, the console maker has introduced or integrated Bluetooth and 2.4 GHz wireless connectivity straight into the console, allowing you to connect any wireless 8-bit DOE controller without a dongle. The Turbo Duo also includes 2 USB ports for controllers and accessories, as well as an original TurboGrafx CT controller port. You'll need an adapter if you want to use original PC Engine controllers. The Duo also requires a multitude of options such as scanline and scaling options, as well as horizontal and vertical position adjustments and discretion. It also features a 3.5mm headphone jack and volume dial. It releases limited quantities. So the US is getting black and Japan is getting what is getting wait, hold on. Analog Duo is available in both USA black and GP white colors. Okay, so I thought it was releasing in 2 different regions with only specific colors. Okay, I guess not. In addition to the new console, Analog announced that the company plans to release an adapter from the Analog Pocket that lets owners play TurboGrafx 16 PC Engine and SuperGrafx HU cards on the company's FPGA handheld. It's coming in 2021 and will cost you $30. So if you're interested in this, be sure to check it out and pre-order it before it's because the stock is very limited. And regarding new hardware, the Oculus Quest 2. Everything you need to know is coming from Android Central. It's later, smaller, and more powerful than its predecessor. Facebook announced the Oculus Quest 2 at Facebook Connect. The new headset features improvements across the board, making it lighter, smaller, and more powerful. The Oculus Quest 2 has a powerful Snapdragon XR2 processor, 6GB of RAM, and a screen with 50% more pixels than the first. It's actually available now, and yeah. The Oculus Quest 2 can play all games from the original Oculus Quest. That means that every game confirmed from the Quest will work on the new and improved Quest 2. The Oculus Quest 2 could also use Oculus Link, meaning that you can play PSVR titles when the headset is connected to a PC with enough power to run PC VR. Did I say PS? Oh, sorry about that. The Oculus Quest 2 works with Oculus Link, allowing you to play PC VR games on your Oculus Quest headset when you connect it to a PC with the original USB-C cable with the correct specs, just like you can with the original. And it is backwards compatible. And the controllers has improved touch controllers, better ergonomics. In addition, improved battery life, haptic feedback, and a redesigned battery compartment. But yeah, it's definitely an exciting time for VR. Genshin Impact earns over $100 million after being available in the US for only 2 weeks, and this is coming from IGN. Okay. Unity launches a growth program. Today, Unity has announced that it's launching the Game Growth Platform program, an accelerated program focus on mobile free-to-play titles made by independent studios. The program will provide chosen developers with access to technology, resources, and funding to user acquisition to scale their games, alongside a team of Unity developers who will advise on growth strategies. Unity has committed to allowing partners to obtain full creative control and ownership of their IP, as well as no permanent revenue share commitments to Unity from the partnership once the program is complete. Great games often go unnoticed, especially within the indie segment, said Julie Shoemaker, Vice President of Revenue, Operator Solutions Unity. We believe creators should choose between their entertainment vision and the tactical execution required to build audiences and make money. Ultimately, the Game Growth Program supports developers in the journey to yield the highest success for their game, all while retaining ownership of the company and IP. Our measurement for success is that these participating developers will eventually outgrow the program because they've built a sustainable business that can stand on its own as a result. And this is only one example of such tremendous programs and experiences that are helping further just develop and give voices to these indie developers that don't have the means or funds, but they still end up making such great games. So this is such a tremendous. This is only one example of a tremendous program that's helping out these developers reach the limelight. Okay, let's leave that. Let's see, what's this? Ooh. What's this about? Oh, so nothing new. Okay. Rockstar buys Ruffian Games and rebrands it to Rockstar Dundee. As spotted by The Gamer, the acquisition appears to have gone through as recently as October 1st of this year per company's house listing noting the name change and shift of control. The two companies have been working together for at least the last year, according to a job listing for engineers to develop unspecified titles. Ruffian Games was established in 2009 when veterans from Climax, DMA, Design, and Real Time World, including developers who had worked on the original Crackdown, Project Gotham Racing, Fable 2, and Grand Theft Auto. And yeah, that's essentially it. Earlier this year, Humble Bundle committed $1 million per year towards publishing games by black developers towards its Black Game Developer Fund. This is coming from GameIndustry.biz. Now that the publisher is bringing on two strategic advisors to facilitate the initiative, Justin Woodward and Seth Nakob. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. Woodward, the co-founder of Interbank Entertainment, will focus on working with developers based in North America and Europe. Nakob, one of the sub-Saharan African organizers for the Global Game Jam and the founder of Presarium.net, which documents African women game developers in their games, will work with developers from Africa. Speaking with GamesIndustry.biz, both Woodward and Nakob expressed optimism for the fund as a way to elevate the voices of black developers, as well as connect them to mentors, further resources, and fellow developers with shared experiences. When I was a fledgling game developer, I did not have support from professionals I could identify with culturally or racially. Woodward says, I know early on what changing my location and getting mentors on my side was important to obtaining some success in the industry. In the end, I uprooted to San Francisco and hustled to earn the respect of some amazing mentors who played a huge role in helping to build my business and game developing acumen. Well, Both Woodward and Nicole will help scout teams and titles for the fund, works with the studio through the application process, and assist in selecting the projects that are funded. For developers applying to the fund, Woodward wants to see strong black leadership from the studio in understanding upfront of what kind of funds the project will need and their target market, fun gameplay, and a focused aesthetic vision. All right. And even there's even some more news in regards to Epic v Apple. The judge over the judge overseeing the Epic v Apple legal dispute has warned that the final decision could have serious ramifications for the three console makers. In the court documents shared by The Verge, Judge Vian Gonzalez Rogers responded to Epic's argument for a preliminary injunction that would reinstate Fortnite to iOS and prevent Apple from once again attempting to block Unreal Engine or any part of its business not connected to the battle royale game. One central argument to Epic's motion, and indeed the case overall, was that claimed Apple is running a monopoly, that the iOS is a walled garden forcing developers to pay 30% of all revenues generated from in-game transactions. However, Apple argues that its marketplace isn't too difficult to those of Sony, Microsoft, or Nintendo, adding that Epic is not only still operating Fortnite on those platforms, but also promoting this fact to highlight the game's block on iOS. According to Gonzalez Rogers, Epic argues that iOS is distinct from other game platforms because Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo do not make much profit, if any, on the sale of the hardware or console, unlike Apple, which allegedly makes significant profit from the sale of each iPhone. She adds, indeed, Sony, Microsoft, and Sony all operate similar walled gardens or closed platform models as Apple, whereby the hardware operating system, digital marketplace, and IAPs are all exclusive to the platform owner. No, excuse me. So nothing new, essentially. Just all speculation. But like I said, Apple is definitely different from all these different platforms. All these console manufacturers are losing money upfront on each hardware sale and are instead focusing on software sales, and i.e. the games. But Apple is all about hardware sales. They don't make any money on. They don't make any. They barely make any money on software. That's why they release 3 to 4 iPhones per year. That's why they released 4 iPhones this past week. They announced them: the iPhone 12, the 12 mini, the 12 Pro, and the Pro Max, as well as a audio device. Oh, what's this? We talked about this. I guess we'll go into this. We'll go into this discussion in regards to Bethesda games. So, a lot of people were speculating that, oh, Microsoft has to make their money back from purchasing Bethesda's parent company, ZeniMax, in order to make up for that $7.5 billion. But I said this before, that Microsoft is a $1 trillion company, and their two main competitors are who? Amazon and Google. Sony, they couldn't care less about Sony. Sony's operating costs just from last year are less than this one purchase, and Microsoft isn't done yet. Looks like they're gonna make at least one or even two big, huge purchases. That are maybe close to this amount or even more. But people are speculating, oh no, they have to make the money back and what have you. But why would they do that if they're so focused on software subscriptions? And if Sony's been making this move from PlayStation 3 era, why cannot Microsoft do that now? If it was a Google or Sony that purchased Bethesda, people would have been like celebrating it. They'd be like, oh, it is what it is. But now you don't have to purchase an Xbox to play these games, essentially. Eventually, you're going to be able to play this day one on Xbox's cloud gaming via Android and soon iOS as well. Because they are working on a web-based a web-based app for iOS devices. Because they are following Amazon's Luna footsteps. So, in an interview with Kotaku's Stefan Totilos, Phil was asked whether it was possible to recoup the $7.5 billion purchase of Bethesda if Microsoft doesn't sell the Elder Scrolls 6 on PlayStation consoles. Yes, Spencer replied. Before saying Microsoft doesn't have to ship Bethesda games on any other platform other than the platforms that we support in order to make the deal work for us. The deal was not done by to take games away from another player base like that. Nowhere in the documentation that we put together was how do we keep other players from playing these games. We want more people to be playing these games, not fewer people to be able to play games. But to also say in the model, I'm just answering directly the question that you had. When I think about people are going to be playing in the number of devices that we had, and we have xCloud and PC and Game Pass and our console base. We don't have to go and ship those games on any other platform other than the platforms that we support in order to make a to kind of make the deal work for us, whatever that means. So, there you go, folks. Those who were speculating, and those that were saying no, they have to make their money back, and why would they restrict access to Minecraft? Well, blah blah blah. Come on, they if they just wanted to bring those games over day on Game Pass, they wouldn't have spent $7.5 billion on Bethesda's parent company, ZeniMax. They would have made a partner deal with them to bring those games on Game Pass instead of just purchasing the studio outright. If they purchase the studio outright, that means they have more plans than that, and they are bigger than just bringing the game bringing the games on other platforms. They're definitely making moves now. People were doubting them that Microsoft doesn't have exclusives. Think again. So let's see. Da 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 da. Let's see if we have any other news stories. Excuse me. I think that's it. I must say anything new. Yeah, nothing new. All right, so I guess yeah, nothing new here. Reader mail. We want to know your feedback, your thoughts, and even any questions you may have for us by sending us reader mail on our Discord server, leaving a voice note over at anchor.fm/TheImpactPlay, or even by sending us an email to readermail@impactplay.com. So let's see if we have any reader mail we could play or read off of. Let's check that real quick. We have anything? Nothing here. Nope, not seeing anything here. And then let's see. Okay, looks like that's it. Okay, I guess we'll move on to Creator Spotlight. We are testing a new segment, the Creator Spotlight, where we highlight an amazing creator on the show that hack, reinvent, or even repurpose everyday items based around video games. To be featured, reach out to us on Discord or via email at creatorspotlight@theimpactplay.com. So today's creator that we have that we're going to spotlight is, where are you? We have Doom running on 100 pounds of tomatoes. This is like the most interesting story as of yet. Interesting creator as of yet. We've seen Doom running on printers, smartwatches, even in ATM. Impressive, impressive feats. Okay, we have YouTuber Quela. Let me see. I'll definitely share his Twitter handle in the show notes. Actually, he hasn't posted anything, so I'll just share his YouTube channel then. So that's what I like to highlight, but I guess not. So, in the meantime, we'll continue with the story. Wallow set out to get Doom running on a Raspberry Pi Zero calculator. He'd need about 770 slices of potatoes to generate the 100 to 120 milliamps and 5 volts required. He brought home 100 potatoes, boiled them, which increases the amperage, sliced them, and wired them up. Then he plugged in the Raspberry Pi, and it didn't work. Despite pulling roughly enough amperage from those sliced potatoes, the tiny computer just wouldn't boot. But he was ready to give up, unfortunately, over the next few days. So he actually got it running after removing the batteries and hooking up the big stinky a potato battery. So I'll share a YouTube video so you can check that out. I'll share that in chat, and for those listening later on via the show notes and on YouTube as well. All right. And on top of that, we also have Doom running on a refrigerator. This is running via Game Pass as well. All right, I'll find this article later, but essentially, that's essentially. And I was surprised that you could run that. Like I've seen it on a pregnancy test calculator, and now on a smart fridge. Now wherever you'll have any type of screen you can play video games on. Like the industry is amazing. Okay, so let's see. Talked about this. I think we're essentially done. So, thank you guys so much for making Impact Play a part of your day. Be sure to join the Discord and be a part of the ever-growing community, our family. You can be a part of the live show by leaving a voice note over at anchor.fm/Impact Play. Who knows, it may even be featured on a future episode of the show. Leave us a review, even just a rating on your favorite platform. And before we end this, please, we need your help. Your support means the world to us and will help us reach new heights of this podcast, to reach more people, even make greater experiences and more impactful experiences for everyone listening, watching later on, to bring more guests on the show, and so on. So please help share this podcast. Help us. We are trying to reach the affiliate level on Twitch. So all we need is the views. So help follow us, hit notifications on, so we'll be notified when we do go live. And please share this with everyone, your friends, your family, and with your friends that just enjoy gaming and just will enjoy an impactful experience. Thank you guys so much. Have a great one. Until next time.